Hello lads, we have a Hot Wheels Premium. I haven't bought a Premium in a long time, but I love minis, the original ones. I used to have a 1991 Mini Mayfair. So this is the Premium of the 1967 Mini Pickup here by Austin. There were Morris Minis back then. Italians had something called Innocentis, I think. Or were they not? I forget what the Italian Minis were called. But the Brazilians, I think, had a fiberglass bodied one, or somewhere in South America they made some fiberglass bodied minis. Classic ones, that is. Okay, what does this mean, guys? I don't know. Is this the 48th casting, or the 48th offering in the premium line, or something? So that's one thing I'd be curious about, you veterans of Hot Wheelers. Another thing is the price of these things. I looked on like Target.com and Walmart.com and 3000 Toys, and are Hot Wheels premiums now like $12? I always thought these things were like $6 in the West. So you West Siders, are these things $12 now over there with all the crazy inflation? Because that's what they cost around here where I am, and so I'm just curious if I got ripped off. I actually paid around $11 for this thing, and you know, when you get to $11, you might as well just spend an extra dollar and get a Mini GT, which has plastic headlights and taillights. But again, I love minis, so that's why we're doing this one here today. So I looked up the pickup wheelbase on this thing is 2138 millimeters, so it's a little bit longer than the regular minis. It's based on the Countryman, I believe, the station wagon or the van version. So let's see if we can guesstimate here. You know, here's an idea. Instead of the axle plate, I'm going to just measure the middle to middle of these rounding axle protectors. So that would probably be the most accurate way to measure the wheelbase of a Hot Wheels, I think. Around 40, but 37.96. It's way off anyways. This is 156 scale. That is not even remotely close to 164. Well, compared to some of the green lights I have. Alright. Here's a car that I think might be the same body style. If this is a 1967 Austin Mini, this would make this a Mark II Mini, where it still has external door hinges, which, as you can see, this Atlanta showroom says this is a 1981 registration, so that's obviously much different. But I don't think these were officially imported into America, or I don't know what the story is with the. Alright. This one might be a Mark III. Wikipedia says the Mark II had the new grille, but I see plenty of pictures with the old mustache grille. So Hot Wheels has kind of the old mustache grille without the actual ends on it. It's not quite the five-sided, 6-sided version of the Mark III. So, but oh well. So this is a green, but it's not metallic to my understanding. It looks just like a regular dark green. I suppose it's trying to be like a British racing green. And this has the Real Riders with the 4-spoke JDM wheels, which we'll talk about the wheels in a moment. I'm debating if I'm going to just leave this the way it is. It's got a whole bunch of tampos or whatever that weird printing method of the premiums are, where it's like a pixelated dot matrix thing. I don't know if they're under a clear coat or not. I kind of feel like they're actually underneath a clear coat. It's funny it says El Segundo Rally. So is this actually a real Mini? You know, that someone's racing around California? Please leave a comment if you know. I think I may have left my wallet there. I left my wallet in El Segundo. It's an old song for you youngins. I do like the printing here. You know, with the premiums, it saves me a lot of time, and there's no way I can duplicate that myself. So this grill is nice. It's just part of the metal base. Up here we have more printing, which again, I feel like it's underneath a clear coat. The racing stripes here in the hood, they could have been slightly better. This one's a little bit too far to the right. This one seems a little better. It's kind of blobby, these weird wiper blades. They're... What do you guys think of this? I almost feel like they would be better off without even attempting the wiper blade and just having a consistent line go across. Because this is so non-wiper blade looking, it just looks strange, I think. Alright, well anyways, the window surround does go there as well. It's supposed to be chrome on the real thing. On here it's like a weird... I don't know if that's a gray or... It's like a brownish gray. It's not remotely silver. So that's a strange color choice from Hot Wheels. The white of the roof is nice. Although I think that might also have that strange pixelation to it. You can see little dots through it. The door handle's printed, and it's got a little bit of a raised part on the casting, and then those external door hinges are raised. The Mark II has sliding windows, and Hot Wheels actually mimics that, so that's kind of neat. Would have been cool if they printed on a bar here, because that's what I see on the real thing. And then we have a brown interior. It's, you know, not the greatest. It's a Hot Wheels interior. The bed itself has some corrugation, a couple rivets down in here. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Now, see, this is interesting. The rear window, granted it's not painted as well as it could be, I feel like the surround of the molding for the rear window is more silver. That looks silver to me. See, but this surely does not. This looks tan. So why would they choose to do that? That's so strange. Why wouldn't that be all silver? Kind of like that. Really odd. Okay, speaking of silver, we have silver and black here. The tailgate handle is lifted up here. It's protruding. Same with this rectangle. It says De Felice. So I don't know what that is. The taillights are well printed. You can see a little bit of a silver border around them, and the taillights are actually sticking out a little bit in the casting. This bumper is part of that base, and 2021. Is this the very first casting? Is this the very first release of a 67 mini pickup? That again, I don't know. I don't buy Hot Wheels all the time or keep up to it. I actually haven't seen anyone review this Hot Wheels either, so maybe this is a new casting. Here's a little fuel filler indentation. Now, so I think it looks good. Obviously, it's not the scale though. Let's pull out some other models and compare. Way too fast. This thing doesn't remember the last speed setting. I'm now noticing the pixelation on the fender flares. See, if I zoom in 4 times, you can see how it's so pixelated. It's like gray and darker gray, and it's trying to make it black, but it's not. So it's really strange why Hot Wheels has this technology when everyone else can print, including the mainline Hot Wheels, a solid color. I don't know the logic behind that when the main lines are solid colors. Alright, so here are the green lights. And so I'm going to assume the green lights are actually 1/64 because they are so small. You know, let's now I'm really curious, so let me just look up the dimensions of a regular alright, so a mini regular saloon, this kind of non-pickup, non-clubman, has a wheelbase of 2036. So let me punch out my calculator, 2036. Let me zero out my calipers. I know some green lights are out of scale, so this thing's escaping my screen. Alright, 31.73. Yeah, this is 1/64 scale. So green light is on, which is good to know. I hear someone commented a while ago that they're coming out with the rally versions, like the 60s rally cars, which would be fantastic because that's how I most associate the classic minis. That and the Italian Job, which is actually one of those Italian Job cars. Alright, so I have a little cartoon action here. This is from Kirin Coffee. It's a canned coffee in Japan, and this is a freebie that came with it, although I had to buy this myself. Really nice toy considering it's free. Like, it still has tampo printing. The wheels are like mini light wheels. It's all plastic, but it is a toy. It literally has a wind-up motor, and it'll take off after you wind it up. So this one actually has the fuel filler here in the rear quarter panel. This is a Mark III because it has squarish taillights. It's actually around the same scale, just cartooned, just shortened. And now I reviewed this one separately as well. This is a tiny. So this is a Mark I. So this is the rally one. This is, I believe, one of the Monte Carlo winners. I forget, maybe it's the 1969 one winner? Or 1967 winner? Oh, it says right there. Let me zoom in on this thing. Yeah, 1967. This thing won the Monte Carlo Rally, going up against much more powerful engined vehicles. And so I think, if I recall in this review, it might have been 155 scale. It might even be advertised as 155 scale. So it actually is somewhat close in the width to the Hot Wheels. It's still a little smaller, I think. And Hot Wheels took the liberty of slamming this down to the ground, making it a race pickup. Alright, well, hopefully that's enough for you to compare to. And hold on. Alright, let's get this all out of the way. Now, the wheels here. I was originally thinking about swapping these out, but I've come to also realize Hot Wheels makes two different castings of the same wheel. This is a Hot Wheels wheel, but this is the normal size Hot Wheel wheel, right? You can see that it's clearly a bigger diameter. Same style, 4 spokes and all that stuff, but it is definitely bigger. So, interesting that they would go ahead and do that. But I guess if if this thing is really, like, it cost me $11 again. If this costs on average people $10-12, this thing should be a lot better, right? Because it's literally 10 times the cost of a normal mainline. Does it have 10 times as much work? That's highly suspect. I'm not sure if the value of this is very good. In fact, I think it's not. So I don't know if these wheels would even fit, and I kind of feel like it would look a little goofy with these giant wheels. So I'm not going to swap those out. One thing I also thought about was I have some Aoshima wheels because I replaced them with BNDS alloys on the Aoshima models. I make fun of these wheels for Aoshimas because the Aoshimas, well, I like them, and so I expect them to have better wheels because they're kind of pricey. I mean, they cost more than the original Kyoshos, but they have these blanked off wheels. In this case, I painted the blanking off part black. So these are I'm gonna guess Watanabe F8 wheels, but they're kind of similar to a certain style of mini light wheels. But what I'm also realizing that in this one, the tire is much smaller. I think these are supposed to be like 15-inch wheels in 1/64 scale. But I don't know. I think they're going to look a little too small on this. Yeah. So I think I'm just going to leave this as it is. You know, many times I 3D print my own, but because these wheels are chromed and the axle ends are chromed, they actually don't look bad at all. Yeah, I'm going to just leave this one alone. Maybe someday, if they come out with another premium that I like the colorway on, I'll actually 3D print some mini lights. But it's really hard to 3D print really small wheels like this that I'm holding in my fingers here, and then have the spokes hollow and be durable. You know, If I had to guess, that spoke is like 0.8 millimeters wide. Just guessing, of course. So it's hard to print those reliably, so I'm kind of avoiding it. Alright, so if that's done, I'm going to just pull out a good old solar coaster. Let's let this spin in front of this photo. And I shall just recap by saying this is a cool Hot Wheels. Sadly, it's not remotely close to being in scale with anything, but that's just the Hot Wheels way. I mean, they're catering to children. Like, the packaging is, I think it says like 3-year-olds and up, right? So it's just strange that they would charge this much money. So that's why I don't buy too many premiums anymore. When the mini GTs are light years beyond as far as a higher quality product goes. So, alright, well, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll still continue getting Hot Wheels, but probably more towards the main lines than these premiums. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you around. Bye.